Hi. I haven't spoken English in a little while, so bear with me. Thank you for clicking on this video, and if you've been on Patreon, thank you very, very much for your support. Here is the live update, the big live update that I have been teasing for about 2-3 months now, and for logistical reasons that I'm going to talk about and explain to you now, I could not say anything until everything was official and finalized. So, the life update is that I have dropped out of school. I am technically on a 1-year leave from Yale. I was doing my master's. I did 1 year and I didn't see myself being in school anymore. And this was particularly because of my experiences during the summer. If you've been following me, you know that I was in Europe a lot, particularly in Germany, and I went to lots of concerts. I went to 20, maybe over 20, within 3 weeks or so. And I observed a lot of how classical music is, just the culture and how it runs. And I was very inspired by some artists who weren't classical musicians, and also by the way that they were engaging with the audiences. And I wanted that for classical music. It really bothered me that there wasn't that same amount of engagement in the concerts. And I don't mean like clapping a lot or screaming or whatever, but just there wasn't that connection that I was looking for between the performer, like the classical musicians, and the audience. Of course, there were very, very, very fantastic performances, but I just wish there was more of a personal human connection. It was very much, you see the concert and they leave and you go. And while I was part of the festival, I still saw that there were a lot of gaps between different parties, and I just wanted to really push my YouTube as a result of that, and really focus on building a community and building the engagement with you guys, and hopefully with more and more people, because I really see that going forward, this is very important for classical music to really stay alive, because if it remains very stagnant like that, no one's going to be interested, especially not the younger generations. So for that, thank you for subscribing and for supporting me if you're on Patreon already. You guys are the reason that I'm able to no longer be in school and be able to financially support myself. And the reason that I could not say my plan to drop out of school and be just, no, I mean not just, because I do a lot of things, but to just pursue the professional career as a concert pianist, it's because of the work visa. So that's why I haven't been posting on Patreon, and I apologize for that, but I really could not do anything on Patreon until I was approved. And I got approved today for the work visa, so I'm very, very excited for this new chapter in my life. This is a very big update and big life change for me, because I have been in school for all of my years in the US. If you've been just coming by recently to my channel and to me, I was at Juilliard for 8 years, pre-college, went to middle and high school, and then went to Columbia for 4 years for a bachelor in philosophy, and did an exchange program with Juilliard. And then I did 1 year at Yale. So I've been in school all this time and never been independent. And this is very exciting for me, because especially in the last year, I have been more and more independent just with my career-wise, and I am very excited to see it growing. Not only just the amount of subscribers I have now, I think I have 131,000 and counting. That's really surreal, especially this past month I haven't posted much, and somehow there's a spike. So I need to get back to my computer tomorrow and do some work and make the next video. But yeah, thank you. That's my life update for you. I didn't want to make a separate public video on YouTube saying that I am leaving Yale or leaving school or dropping out of school. like the one that I made when I left Juilliard, because I had a lot of comments, which is understandable, but a lot of people were saying, oh, why are you teasing us? You don't say or explain why you're leaving school, and you know, a lot of us want to know why, and I didn't want to go into the whole gossiping details of, this is why I left. And I only said that it was time for me to change, which is true. I have been at Juilliard for 12 years through both of those programs that I mentioned. But yeah, same thing for Yale. I didn't want to be, what's the right word to say? I haven't spoken English in a while, so there's a lot of I don't want to expose myself to those kinds of feedback saying, oh, why are you dropping out? We want to know why. And I just, if you have followed me, no, I don't want to say intensely, that's very creepy. Please don't follow me intensely, that's very strange. But if you have been supporting me for a while, you might have gathered that I have been having a lot of changes. Like, I had a social media break in the middle of March or something like that, and you see a lot more of my concertizing life on YouTube, and that was kind of me slowly transitioning, I cannot speak, transitioning out of that school image and into the professional concertizing route, and I am very excited for that. So that's why I don't really see myself talking about this on YouTube publicly. I'm not sure how I'm going to mention that I have dropped out of school, because I don't want it to be some big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but I don't want it to be the highlights and the focus. I want it to be on my concerts and on the behind the scenes of what I've basically been vlogging about. And although this is a behind the scenes, I will mention it at some point soon. I will figure it out tomorrow when I have a day off, because it's going to be Mid-Autumn Festival here and I don't have access on public holidays to Steinways. Oh, this looks like I'm being sponsored, which is not technically true. If you're still watching at 7 minutes 29 seconds, here is the exclusive news for you. Another reason why I'm able to jump out of school at this time, it's not only because I am able to financially support myself through my concertizing and also through my YouTube and through your generous support here on Patreon. It's because it all happened very, very timely somehow. I knew I wanted to be out of school in June. And then late July, right before I left New York for, well, New Haven / New York, for Germany, I played on Horowitz's piano, and you saw the vlog where I ran into the chief marketing officer by chance, by complete chance, because he is never there usually. He's never there on Fridays, he's only there on Mondays. Somehow he decided to come on that Friday, and I mentioned I have a following which would be interested in collaborating, because I tried to pitch them last year and I didn't get to the right person and they said no. So I told him, hey, last summer you guys said no, but as you can see, some of you guys showed up. I don't know if it's you guys particularly who are watching it, but some people showed up last minute. And then he was interested in my YouTube content within the couple of hours that I met him, and then he said, oh, I'll introduce you to the CEO, and then I got a meeting 3 days after, and I met with the CEO, the CMO, and they're interested in collaborating with me, and in exchange for that collaboration, I will get a free Steinway rental in my New York apartment. I'm very excited, and this is my first time publicly telling those who are responsible for this, which is you guys, because if I didn't have an audience like you, they would not want to do this. They would not give me a free Steinway, essentially. So you guys gave me a free Steinway. I mean, it's not mine to keep, but still, that's a huge deal, because that saves me piano rental money that I would have had to spend, which I already was prepared to budget into my expenses, but that saves me a good amount of money. And I also get more fun opportunities to explore their Steinway stuff. Steinway piano stuff, as if they make other things other than pianos. Well, I did see a bunch of coffee mugs the other day in Tom Lee, which is funny. Oh, so the reason why I'm here and it looks like I'm being sponsored is just because I am sitting across the window for good lighting. And I have a sea view and this little theater all to myself every day here in Hong Kong. Oh yeah, I'm in Hong Kong. And that's why I ran into two of you guys. One of you I ran in Teen Hao, just out in the streets. I had my sunglasses on and that was very surprising to me that I got recognized in the middle of the streets because it's more reasonable and expected. Not expected like a pretentious person, but it makes more sense for me to be recognized in a music venue or music place. But out in the streets, that was the first. So I probably looked very dazed because I was very stressed out and dazed, trying to figure out when I'm gonna get my visa approved. This has been my most preoccupied matter while I have been here in Hong Kong. And today I got approved, so I will be flying back to New York on Tuesday and starting my independent artist life. And I'm very, very excited, and it's all because of you guys. I really cannot stress that enough, and I hope you don't mind me saying this over and over again like a broken record, but I really do mean it so very much. Because of you guys, I have all these opportunities lined up, not only because of the concerts, but then this whole Steinway thing. And it's just, especially at this time, and out of respect for everything that's happening in Hong Kong, I didn't want to tell people that, or tell you that I was in Hong Kong just because I didn't want to make a big fuss about it. Especially amidst all of this violence going on in the world, and not just in Hong Kong, but also elsewhere in the US. And then just all the devastating things that are happening in the world. It's really nice is not a good word because that's too wishy-washy, but it's very touching for me to be able to see myself being able to build a community like this. I mean, this is very rare for it to be so positive and productive, and I know a lot of my viewers are students, probably. Actually, yes, I know that for sure, so I'm a bit iffy about how they would react or you would react when I say I'm dropping out of school, but you know, I just did not see myself being in school. It was gonna be very tricky, and I just didn't want me to have to spend time negotiating with professors about absences and about all of those kinds of logistics when I can get the inspiration from elsewhere, from going to concerts, from performing, from doing YouTube. I think everything, I am ready. I have everything ready for this next chapter in my life where I can be independent and fully be a professional concert pianist. I know I am not performing as much as I would like yet, but that's why I really appreciate your support here, because you guys give me a stable financial means to, you know, pay my rent and all of that living expenses. But it works. I did all of that adulting budgeting that I was doing behind the scenes and kind of keeping it under wraps for 2 months. This is very unusual for me to have to keep a secret like this, but I've been working on this plan for 2.5, 3 months. 3 months. Yeah, 3 months by now. So it's out, and I did it here on Patreon because you guys are a closer family to me, and I hope more people will join if you're able to. It's actually the same subscription fee as Spotify students, I think, and was it Amazon Student Music or something like that? Anyway, it's not a lot, but if a lot of people join, then that's gonna add up to a lot. And so that's why I really appreciate those of you who have been increasing your pledge despite my absence from Patreon. I've been teasing this for a while. Now you know I'm out of school. I am on the professional road. Well, road is not exact. That's. I mean, I'm facing a bunch of roads. Maybe that's why I said roads. But I will have a place to be in New York, so I'm not technically on the road like a touring road. But this is exciting, and I'm trying to think what else I want to tell you. I think that's it. Yeah, basically, you guys are a reason that I've been able to pursue this. So, again, thank you. And you will see more stuff with Steinway because I will be playing on a lot of their pianos. Yeah, you guys are the reason that I have all of this really privileged experiences. And yeah. Oh, in case you didn't know, how I got to practice here is because Steinway connected to me, the CEO connected me to, or CMO connected me to Tom Lee, retailer of Steinway in Hong Kong, and they have been super nice, and just they gave me a lot of availability to practice on Steinways. And this week I have been here with a sea view. Crazy. So my life is going crazy in a very good way, and I'm excited to keep working hard and progressing and climbing up the ladder. But well, hopefully one day I will be able to tour and perform a bunch of concerts a year, and that will be my main living support. But until then, if you're able to support, that'd be great. But if not, just keep being subscribed and watch out for more videos, because even if you're not on Patreon, you guys are also a reason why. Or if you're on Instagram even, I think I'm gonna post this on Instagram stories, you guys are also a reason why I am able to be here and be doing this. So expect more content on Patreon. I really mean it this time, because that's going to be the other half of my life. My career is not only concertizing but posting on social media. So the two main channels would be, or three, would be YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, in that order of priority. Thanks for clicking and watching all the way through. I don't know how long I've been talking or ranting, but again, thank you, and I will see you soon. Probably at Gilmore. I will try to make a video and post it on YouTube. Hopefully the next couple of days, because it's been a while. And yeah, keep striving. I hope this whole spiel of mine inspired you to keep working hard, because it's a combination of your support and me being persistent with the vlogging and the YouTube and just the social media that I'm able to be doing this and starting this new chapter in my life. So that's it. Thank you.